Yo, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Oh, it's another study Monday. And like I said, today we're gonna be doing life drawing, like good boys. So that's what I will be doing. I think for the coming few study Mondays is getting back to regular life drawing practice. I think is a really useful thing to do, very usually fruitful, and it's something you should always kind of spend some time in doing. So if you want to do, there is I found a pose website that it's not all like just underwear people, but there's also clothed people, but you can also choose a nude or clothed. But for the stream and for the sake of Twitch, we're gonna go with clothed, so no nudity. Well, it's partial nudity, as you can see, but some have outfits on and so on. But yeah, so that's the idea. What we're gonna do today and the coming whatchamacallit the coming Mondays. Hey Thomas, Daco, how's it going? Bruno Romanos, Fight Milk, Frenchy. What's up? What's the name of the web? Bruno Romanos. If you type 'ref, you will get the URL. There is a command. Like that. And you can get it. So if you want to join in, please do. It's going to be 30-second only drawings, and then I'm going to do another layer, and then the next 30 seconds, and we're going to do that for half an hour. So we're going to be drawing a lot of poses. I don't know their capacity, but it was around 300 images they had with these settings. Hey, visual assets, welcome back. All caps screaming. Hey, Captain Balls, how's it going? Oh, really, Frenchy, that's cool. Hey, Captain Balls, yeah. So it's going to be today, this Monday, only 30 seconds poses, and then their image is going to switch. So we're going to switch, and we keep going for 30 minutes. And then next Monday we will do maybe one long pose or a couple of short and then one longer, we'll see. But we're going to be doing anatomy studies as really helpful, and I would suggest you join in. So and I'm going to be super rusty. So I'm going to just try to get into it, right? And currently I'm just trying to capture stuff, right? Like getting back into the way of looking. Oh shit. Man, this is gonna be so fun, so hard, but so useful. 30 seconds is very short. As you will feel if you join in, but it's a really great way of forcing you to stop caring. Oh shit. And start looking. And one good way, like Glenn Vilpo is saying is to exaggerate, like try to capture the essence, right? The informative parts, and then afterwards you can always add the knowledge. Oh man, what a pose. That's a strange ass pose, man. Fascinating. The thing is, I can't use the nudity on Twitch, hence, um, hence the clothes referenced. Because if I show nudity on Twitch, I'm going to be banned, and they're very hard on it. Even though it's you claim, well, it's art, you'll get banned. So I don't want to. And like I said, it's really good practice. And as with all studies, I recommend you set your mind to what you actually want to study in these short poses. But whenever there's short poses, you don't really have room to do anything else but study pose, right? But keep in mind to always try to capture the pose and the energy of the pose and the masses, and try to inform your own drawing about indicators of depth or rotation, you know, so that you know which more or less you're going to try to imply the rotation of the hip or rotation of the leg, so that you can afterwards understand what you've been drawing. Like in this one is really tricky because her leg is forward, but if you indicate the way the direction of the limbs are going, you can later on redraw it in a more accurate anatomy. But if you never indicate the rotation, oh shit, I didn't catch all of that. Oh right. Okay, I'm gonna focus on the girl. Or both. But like I said, if you don't look at that and you're only drawing the silhouette of the shape, you're not trying to capture the form. But yeah, the speed of what you have to draw is ridiculous. And I really started the wrong way here. I started with detail rather than major forms, which I'm paying for now. That's one muscly man right there. I'm not sorry, I'm not reading chat that much. Because I'm not gonna have time to read chat that much. But yeah, that's a cool thing though with this stream currently, is that you can go back, you know, and look at whatever it was you were looking at. Like there's a timestamp now, and if I want to go revisit and do another study or continue doing the study, I can just backtrack on the VOD. Should really kind of indicate jaw rotation. Yeah, so time gestures today. Very, very rusty, but it's really, really useful, and it's a great way to just in general brush up on proportions, seeing the reference correctly, all these things, right? And trying to capture what you're seeing in a way where you don't really have time to think that much. And it's not an easy thing to do, and it takes a lot of practice. And if you don't practice it, even with your best intentions, you will never learn it. So there's no other way to do it than to do it. So here I am. Oh shit. I like that pose, by the way. It was really cool. And you should spend time looking more than drawing. Really, ideally. That when I went to I guess college, they said 2/3 looking, 1/3 drawing. This Japanese guy is a returning customer. Kept the boss. Size of your brush for more of a big one? Maybe. I mean, I can try. I mean, it will have broader indicators. But I can do it. Let's try it. I'm no stranger to experimenting. This is a tricky pose. And I'm sorry, again, sorry, chat. I just don't have time to read. Let's try with this brush. kept the both, yeah. I squeezed one in. I saw that you had written something in the corner of my eye. But the thing is, like with a bigger brush like this, I have to adjust my approach. I don't mind it, but it becomes way more suggestible than accurate. It'll look nicer, like I'm gonna have time to like block, because I can't go into precision. Maybe slightly smaller. Oh, that's a really cool pose. Or a lighting situation, you can really see the direction of the limbs. I'm rushing. I'm in a hurry. Ha 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 ha. The thing is, if it was faster of swapping sizes, I could have easily like have a big one and a thinner one, and I could like switch them around. Like the downside of digital is you can't really swap things that fast. You know, like a big brush, small brush, like you can with if you have two pens in your hand. Relatively, I mean, obviously you can change, but it's a little bit like click this, do this, that, and it becomes a little bit more difficult. Oh, small break. What's happening? Oh shit, we're only 3 minutes in? No, wait. Did my internet die? Hello. We are back. Apparently my net died. So so my settings are both male female, covered, all the same length, 30 seconds. And we're back. Yeah, I noticed the net died. I don't know, Captain Boss, if I like a broader brush, because for me it indicates more. It has like nicer marks, but it doesn't necessarily teach me anything. You know, like I'm looking for curves and bends, right? Not so much about anything else. So I want to see the lines of which direction the limbs are going, right? And with a bigger brush, even though it looks prettier, I can't make those indicators. Or maybe I can. Maybe I'm just not doing it correctly. So let's make it bigger again, and try to learn how to make those indicators. I guess be a little bit more alternative to the way I make the marks. I guess it's a nice S curve. This one again. Right, so we're going to see repeaters because net died. But like, you'll get a suggestion of the pose down with a bigger brush, right? You can get the gesture, you get the mood, but for me, it's a really hard to kind of get the rotation of everything. This black one is always really contorted poses. Yeah, that didn't really help with the big brush. And 30 seconds is really, really, really hard. It's a great way to warm up, to get you thinking right, but it's definitely, no, I can't. I have to scale it down. It definitely makes you think actively. It's a great way to get your body going, your mind going, and then ideally you'll slow down slightly. And when you've done this high pace and you take a little bit longer poses, you're going to be like, I've got all day. Like, what's like, are we cheating? Like, why do I have so much time all of a sudden? And it's so fascinating to see or feel when you can do that. Or maybe we should actually do that. Let's do the last 10 minutes with slightly longer pose and see how that feels. So I'm going to try to keep an eye or a sense of when we should switch, which would be in 6 images. And I'm messing this pose up astonishingly because I started really awkward in a weird place, not my usual, like, I think what I start most of the times with is making a mark of the shoulder line, like, where is the shoulders, what direction do they have, and in that way you can also indicate rib cage and hip. I think I like doing that the most. Dead toothbrush, oh man, join in. We're going to do every Monday, we're going to be doing these kind of things, life drawing. It's really so helpful, and I just haven't had time lately, and I think it was Kirill who said I should do it, and I just said, well, of course. Let's do some anatomy study. So let's see, okay, 2 more poses I think, and then we're gonna hot swap to 1 minute poses. So twice the length of what we've had. It's gonna feel really weird and like you have a lot of time drawing. But I'm gonna try not to calm down, slow down. I'm gonna try to still have the same pace and just try to be more accurate. Try to nail the minor details a little bit better, but overall just trying to nail what's there rather than start rendering or looking at other aspects. I want to just try to nail the poses. So let's see. Right, let's stop that one. And if you reduce the brush to the size of a commonplace pen, but you do not remove the pen tablet for 30 seconds? Not sure what you mean. Okay, let's do twice the length. So we're gonna have 60 seconds poses. Now we've definitely been warmed up, but I'm still gonna try not to slow down, but I'm just gonna try to be slightly more accurate. And the classic life drawing mistake of not having the right proportions of the paper versus pose is like 101 noob mistake. Actually, let's try that new brush I made the other month. Oh yeah, look at that. Ideally, I'd have a combination of both brushes I've used today, because this looks juicy. 6 seconds left. Ah. Okay, next. Okay. But I can instantly feel I'm taking more time on me. And kind of stiffening up. It's interesting. Nope, this brush won't do. Let's try that one. Probably won't do either. Probably should swap in between the two, because you have implied details with a fatter brush and accuracy with the thinner brush. Or maybe if I'm obviously gonna that brush. Yeah, that could work. We'll see. Gonna experiment with this one, but my mark making is gonna be different. Nevertheless, let's do that study. I kind of like this edge brush that rotates. It's a nice feeling to it. Hey Zillian, how's it going? All right, so do not remove the pen, right? So okay, so his rule was you don't swap pens or anything. So you just go, this is the pen I'm using. I should not even lift the pen from the paper. I should constantly just draw, right, with the same tool. Well, that's fair. That's fair. I remember that rule as well, not being told to me, but have read it. Ziali, now at the end, we did 20 minutes of 30-second poses, and now we're doing 1-minute poses. So if you want to have nude poses, if you type apostrophe ref, you get the website I'm using, and there is an option to use nude, but as I'm on Twitch, I can't, or I will be banned. So we're doing clothed. But if you want to follow back on the exact ones I've done, just catch the VOD afterwards, and you can draw with me. There is a breakage. I got timed out, so I'm gonna have to for the YouTube copy, it's going to come up a little bit later, as I need to join the two files, because most likely it's split in two. And on Twitch it is also split in two. That's usually what happens when there's a lack of the internet breaks, you know. And I definitely, by the way, are very rusty in life drawing. I haven't done it in years, so I'm getting back into it. We're gonna do every Monday. We're gonna do life drawing. just because it's such a great way of looking at complex shapes, and you can't hide from the mistakes, and it's a great way to especially as a character artist. There's no other substitute. I'll drink something. It's a great way of exercising your skill set, even though it's panic mode most of the time. It's really, really useful, and it's quite enjoyable when you liberate yourself and don't care so much about if you're failing or not, but just trying your best to go through the exercise. Obviously, I'm adding information there that doesn't exist, which is, no, you should be scared of. Multi-hand, yeah. Oh, I just realized you guys can't really see that much. Should have said something. Or maybe you have, I just haven't been able to. We've had this pose before, but it was a 30-second one. So it's fun to revisit it with a little bit more time, but I'm not doing it justice at all. But I'm trying to more nail the just overall gesture at the moment on all these recent ones, more so than trying to be accurate to the reference. You know, trying to just nail the feeling of what they're doing. That's a really weird pose. The torso and the leg doesn't look connected at all. So we got 1 minute left. So I'm guessing this is the last pose. Or no, let's do one more after. But like I said, it's the whole thing of having 30-second mayhem marathon and then doubling the time, and even if you would go 5-minute poses, you would be like, holy shit, really? Is this how you're gonna end it for me? With this monster of a... Alright. You're not making it easy. I love it how you, when you've been doing these and getting warmed up and getting used to it, the simplification, the sense of simplification and accuracy is lovely. And you only get that when you're properly warmed up and you're just kind of trying to hit the major strides, like the rhythm of the reference. Bjorn. That's funny. Apple Lettuce. Hello, welcome. Why my streams are so short? It's because I'm a lead artist, art director at an outsourcing studio, and we have a mandatory 30-minute warm-up when we go to the office, into the office. So we draw whatever we want, but as long as we draw, the first thing we do when we get in, so that we are not like Facebook surfing and then you have to start doing client work. So when we're doing all these all these warm-ups, as I call them, you are already you're ready to fight, you know, when it's time to do client work. I mean, I would love to stream longer, but that's more for online content than being warmed up. And as I need to do design stuff for AAA games, you know, I don't have time to sit and stream all day, even though I would love to. I think that would be really cool if I had the chance to do that. You know, if the support was there, so I didn't need to work. But then again, I wouldn't be designing cool shit for video games. So it would be like damned if I do and damned if I don't. But I love doing this, by the way. Just having a page of studies. Because in the end, it's not about showing people how well I can draw anatomy or 30-second poses. It's about the knowledge I gain. And showing it in this way, for me, gives it value, rather than, you know, you can't like put a 30-second drawing online and go, look at my my warm-up. They will go like, what have you been smoking? Bali Banator, work is always fun, because what we do is we design a lot, we do a lot of pre-production, and we are involved in many different projects. And the cool thing about where I work is that the office culture is you're an adult, right? You don't need a daddy figure or a mommy figure hovering over your shoulder and making sure you're doing your job. There's many other studios that can let you slide, you know, because we're such a small team of ninjas, it's very evident when someone is slacking off, and in that way we are very like we're supportive of each other. We look at each other's work. We push each other, and we always share our warm-ups with each other. So we see what the other person has done for their warm-up, and we comment and we suggest things, and so it's really good fun. And like I said, it's when you have the ability to be a grown-up and take your own responsibilities, the actual weight on your shoulders at work is you can manage it because it's your work, right? And I believe that that's how studios should conduct business. Let people be grown-ups and take their own responsibility, and there shouldn't be a boss. Well, there have to be a boss, obviously, for taking responsibility and all these things. But overall, a lot of places they don't treat people like grown-ups, and then in return the people don't act like grown-ups. Transcendental Raccoon. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it depends on the client work, but like I said, we do a lot of AAA stuff for big companies, and we are in pre-production a lot of times, meaning we are working on the next game a big studio will release. So we are not gonna be able to show that because it's gonna be very secretive, you know. Yeah, there were quite a lot of them, and there's some I like actually. Some didn't. They turned out pretty okay. Oh, come on, select that guy. Pretty interesting to see. Pretty fun to see. But yeah, so if you do want to join in doing the anatomy studies, I strongly recommend it. We're going to do it every Monday now for a few Mondays. As you can see, there's some hit and miss, but nevertheless, it's it's the observational skill, getting used to it, nailing the rhythm of the poses, the weight of the poses, and it's okay to fail, and it's okay to miss doing that because it's just a 30-second drawing, but nevertheless that the attempt to understand the angles, attempt to understand the relationship between the body parts is a extremely vital exercise to do, and I would strongly recommend it. So if you want to look back at the VOD, please do. Otherwise, the apostrophe ref for the website I used. So I'm really looking forward to see it. And also looking forward for myself to see the next Monday, how comfortable I will be. Let's find someone to raid, to pass on our traffic to. Let's do something different. Let's go listen to someone that plays music. This is a woman who plays acoustic guitar and plays songs. Anyways, have a fantastic day. Good night if you're that part of the world. Please do the anatomy. It's really useful for you. I'm going to do the outro, and after the outro take you to the raid, so don't go anywhere. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. You guys and girls are the best. Bye.